Interestingly enough, we probably learn more from ages 2 to 5 than we do in the rest of our lives. It's amazing how much children can learn. And of course, part of that's been obvious for a long time with language, but a lot of the social development is really key in that age. Learning to be empathetic with others, to connect with others, to start relationships, to have a trusting family, but also venture out from the family and begin to have friends and learn from other trusted adults like teachers. Then if you move into 5 to kind of, say 10, 11 years old, that's where relationships really become much more rich. And also when kids really begin a lot of social development within a school context, within a group context, learning how to get along in a group, how to play sports. And these things are real important in terms of laying a foundation for future success. And again, when we look at brain development, when we actually look at scans, we see healthier brains in children who are able to achieve these kind of rich environment, rich learning environment, and rich social environment. The last group is kind of the tweens, just before adolescence. And this becomes a very challenging time because 20 years ago, children in this group had a different level of protection in terms of social emotional experiences. And that's what a lot of current parents grew up with. Now, what we see is things like media getting younger and younger. Children are able to get on the computer and look at sometimes adult type materials at an earlier and earlier age. And we're also seeing more and more kids having distress and signs of mental illness. In fact, a good point to make is that the childhood brain, even from 0 to 12 or 14, is no more immune to mental illness or the challenges of anxiety, depression, mental illness than an adult brain. So when we begin to see signs of early mental illness, early brain disease, or brain challenges, if you will, we do know that early intervention actually can calm down the process that leads to more challenges, more pathology, if you will. And so early treatment is actually preventative of an illness getting worse later in life. So this is a really key concept because when we look at a 3-year-old, we just see a wonderful child that we think, the world is their oyster. But in fact, and one of the reasons it's hard to identify sometimes a child in distress is they have long periods where they look pretty happy and healthy, and then they'll have periods of looking anxious or depressed. And so it's a good time to get an evaluation and understanding of that child's world.